Greetings, survivors. Now, as you saw a couple days ago, I made a zombie survival kit, and I decided that I'm going to make more survival kits. And as you've seen by the title of this video, today I'm going to be presenting to you a jungle survival kit. This is made for surviving jungles, obviously. Now, as I'm doing this quite late, let's get into this. First thing we see is my pocket knife. Now, this is actually the only knife I have in the kit because I couldn't find my other knife. Now, I'm not going to go into much detail in it. I might do a a video talking about all my knives at a later date, but until then, that's all you're getting. Then, in this pocket right here, we have, one second, a hammer. It'll be great. It'll be great to have, for opening, things like nuts. But ultimately, it's just here because I had the extra space. Also in this pocket, we have a pair of gloves. Your hands, you only have one pair of them. Use gloves. Then we have canteen filled with water. Aluminum canteen, cotton cover, chain, carabiner. Ultimately, pretty simple, but water, very important. Now, in this part right here, we have knife sharpener, Swiss Army knife. It's kind of like a multi-tool, but smaller and with less tools. I would prefer having a multi-tool, but Swiss Army knife was cheaper. And 2 sharpening stones. 2 is 1, 1 is none, people. And then at the bottom here, we have bandana. Bandanas have thousands of uses. You have everything from a face mask to a mask to a washcloth to a water filtration device. They have a lot of uses. Now, let's check out this section right here before we get into anything else, into the main kit. Now, as you saw with my last kit, I like to bring some books along with me, for these things. I got this for entertainment. This for entertainment mixed with a bit of survival knowledge. This because it's a journal and logic. And the novelization of the Punisher movie because, well, boredom is a very deadly killer. Now, we got a pen to use in the journal. Bundle of paracord with a carabiner. Paracord has many uses. It's much stronger than rope. In fact, this one single strand of this can support up to 550 pounds. I myself weigh less than 200, so easily able to support my weight. Then paracord bracelet has a button compass and a whistle. Other than that, it's a few feet of paracord. Same thing going with that, but directions, and a signaling device, invaluable. Next, we got a hatchet. Hatchet, it's a small axe. I'm not sure I have to explain that, but basically, you'll be able to process firewood, and make shelters, much easier with one of these. You could, do various things to, gather wood, but it'll be easier with that. And this, it is a folding saw. Uses much less energy, to process the, wood than the axe will. Only problem is this is much easier to break than the axe, and it does sometimes have to be repaired. I've myself had to repair this twice. Next, we got this. Now, all of you people who are familiar with my channel know what this is, probably. But, one second. Give me a second to unscrew it. Screwing the wrong way. Okay, I can't unscrew this. It's a folding shovel. Has a saw blade on the side, and it's a shovel. It's actually a standard issue for the U.S. Military, well, specifically the Army. But yeah, very valuable. Shovel, saw blade, and potential weapon. After that, we got my hygiene kit. Soap. We got soap, lotion, toothbrush. Got some pretty simple stuff in here: band-aids, antibacterial wipes, some prescription medication, some steri strips, medical tape, some first aid guides. Pretty simple stuff there. And last in this pocket, we got my fishing kit, but I actually put in a first aid kit pouch. Just got some fishing lines and lures, some hooks, some sinkers, some bobbers, simple stuff. Simple fishing kit. Potentially have food for a long time. And in this pouch right here, didn't put much in here, but I got a container of salt. Salt has many survival uses, but I won't really go into that right now. Now, let's get to the main part of the kit. Now, first thing we get in the kit is the machete. Now, I'm not going to take it out of its sheath because it's a struggle to put it back on, but great for clearing brush out of the way. Also good for processing firewood. It can be used as a weapon to fight off wild animals. And, ultimately, well, if you need to, this can be a pretty, somewhat decent, alternative to using a knife if you don't have one. But I recommend bringing a knife. Machete's good, but after that, wrist rocket slingshots and steel ammo. You can once you run out of these, if you can't find them anymore, you can use rocks or just about anything as ammo for this. This is good for hunting, small to mid game, large game if you have these. And can be used to fight things attacking you. After that, roll of duct tape. If I have to explain the uses of duct tape to you, you are a lost cause. After that, we have a cooking kit. Now, we got a bunch of containers of oatmeal, some suckers, a combo of a fork, spoon, and butter knife, camp cup, about 8 liters, I'd say, aluminum, can boil water in there. My spork made by K-Bar, and all you who saw the last video will probably remember this. Emergency knife. And pot to cook in. Best thing about having a pot instead of a pan, you don't need anything to put it on. In order to cook. Now, after that, we got a poncho. Now, this is actually made of the same material as Mylar blankets. So, interestingly, it can keep you warm if you have nothing else to keep you warm. Ultimately, it's definitely more, I wouldn't say effective, but it works. After that, we got a couple of lighters. They both work. You can use these to get a fire going pretty easily if you have some good tinder. Ultimately, lighters, I prefer matches, but they're good. After that, we got one second, I dropped something. Okay. So cough drops. The thing about animals is if you seem weak, they will come after you if they are going to if they do need food. So coughing, not exactly a good idea. Next, super glue. I went over the uses of super glue in the last video, Don't really need to go over that again, but it can be used to close wounds and repair most things. Super glue is very useful. I myself use it a lot. After that, well, safety whistle. Good signaling device. Can be used to scare off animals. But ultimately, not that useful aside from that. After that, a bunch of pairs of socks. Yeah, keep your feet clean and you will have less of a chance of getting an infection. After that, we have a belt and a couple changes of clothes. Again, when combining that with the hygiene kit, you will easily be able to maintain health. Yeah, as long as you don't get sick. Now, a couple of things that I would like to add to this kit, that I just didn't have, would be a thing of bug spray. Yeah, mosquitoes are actually the most dangerous living thing in the world. Well, I wouldn't say living thing, but rather, they're the most dangerous insect in the world, and probably the most dangerous animal in the world, given how many diseases they carry. And aside from that, some sunscreen would be useful. A better poncho and maybe a backup one. And ultimately, I think we actually have a pretty good setup here. Now, ultimately, is this kit perfect? No, far from it. Is it a good kit? Yeah. I mean, I think that it's possible that you could survive for quite a while on this. I mean, some more food would be nice, but I mean, you might not have it. But ultimately, I put this kit together with stuff I had around my house in about in 2 hours, maybe. Ultimately, it just you can do a kit like this. You can try to mimic it perfectly, but I wouldn't recommend that. This is just what I had for my kit. Now, I will be back with another kit video in the future. Until then, this is Randoman, signing off.